Hey folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. This is going to be kind of a follow-up video to when I was checking 3 hives, and the first one we tore down, it was a dead out or abscond. There's nothing in it. A few wax moths in there. We got one of those boxes taken care of and combined, but now I need to check on this hive 12 here next to hive 99, formerly known as hive 13, and see what's going on in here, because it's pretty weak. So this hive was a artificial swarm from hive 15. Hive 15 was full of swarm cells. I broke it apart and I found the queen and put her in here. So she was a green queen, I think 3 years old, and the prior years I picked on her bad. I stole brood frames from her to boost up other hives because she was green and old, so I figured, well, what the heck, she's going to fail quick anyway. So I kept stealing her brood frames, and she just kept on going, man. She was a champ. Anyway, I moved her in here, and shortly after, they superseded her, and a new queen emerged and came back, and I found a blonde queen in here and marked her yellow. And I found her June 1st when I marked her, and I added 2 brood frames to give them a little bit of a boost, but still they don't look like they're doing well. So let's see what we find in here. She may not have been a good mated queen. Sometimes supersedure queens aren't the best. Got a decent amount of bees, looks like, up here. Hopefully we'll find it's looking okay, but they went all through the nectar flow, you know. They should have built up. So most of our concentration of bees are right in here. Nothing, and nothing. So, not sure what's going on. They should be much stronger than this at this time of the year. So that queen obviously is not a very good one. So this is just a undrawn frame that had been waxed. Not seeing any honey or nectar or anything out here. And the bees aren't moving around much at all. They may be starving out. Still no nectar. There's a little bit of nectar right here. Nothing else on this frame. Here's a little bit of brood and a little bit of nectar on the outside. Same thing on this side. I see no pollen yet. I haven't seen any sign of any pollen at all so far. So here's a full frame of nectar, just about. So they're not starving. But I see no pollen. I still haven't seen a queen. And we're out of the brood. So either I missed her, she's not there, or we haven't found her on any of these other frames yet. And she's marked yellow. So here's a little bit of nectar right here. Well, if they've gone queenless, usually they'll start doing the laying worker bit, where you have drones all in here. There's an old queen cell, mummified. And these frames here basically don't have anything. We need to go back through and pay closer attention for that queen. It may be queenless. We'll look up here. On the last video, my queen was up here on the on the lid. Don't see her. Well, good thing about being in the shade is it's not as hot, but the lighting is terrible. These bees all have their heads down in the cells, taking that honey. I need to go get my flashlight and see if there's eggs around any of this brood. This time of year, they're not going to be laying a whole lot. I don't see any eggs. The other side. No. No eggs. So I didn't smoke this hive at all, so they shouldn't have any reason for the queen to run off other than just the light. And sometimes they do. They're just hoarding that nectar right there. No queen on there. Makes me wonder how long they have been without a queen. Oh, there she is right there. There's Blondie. Blondie! Well, I should look around there for eggs, because see how there's coverage on that? That's what a frame will look like that's got eggs. No. So now the question is she holding off laying because there's no resources coming in? You know, what's she waiting on? Or is she just a bad queen? Being that she's a supersedure queen, let's see, that was this direction. She just may not be any good. She was fairly small, but I've seen small queens like that just go crazy and do great. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce them just by pulling out frames. And they're not going to go off gangbusters and start building comb. There's not enough bees in there. And I'll put these in the freezer and get them protected because they don't have any wax damage on them. Wax moth damage. If I had another hive that needed frames, I could put these right up there, right on the top of them. But I don't. Let's see, I'm going to take this one that don't have any comb. Okay, we're down to 5 frames. I'm going to scoot them over to the edge. Yeah, so this is the time of year. So early August, you need to start checking your hives. This is the time that varroa mites are outpacing your bees being produced. So, and there's fewer there's less brood in the hive, so the varroa mites are all outside the cells because they've all reproduced. So your varroa count is going up and your bee population is going down, and that's when you get in trouble. So the next thing we will be doing is I'm going to be going through here giving these oxalic acid treatments with the oxalic acid fumes, and I need to have done it a couple weeks ago. It's just been so hot, you know, it wouldn't have been survivable. But this little hive, that's not good. We'll nurse it along and see how it does. It won't survive winter like this. It'll have to be reduced down. I don't know if that queen is capable of laying enough to build back up. She needs to be laying, getting her fall bees ready that are going to go out and collect fall nectar and pollen. There's not hardly any pollen in there. I might put a little piece of a pollen patty in there, but you got to be really careful with pollen patties this time of year, because the small hive beetles will get in that and lay their eggs, and they can take hold and take a hive out. So maybe a little 2-inch square, put it in there, and you want to leave the wax paper on the sides so they can't get to it, and make it where just the bees can get in there. So yeah, I don't know about this hive. It doesn't look good. So it's why it's good to have many hives, and we can combine this with another one later. But I don't have any single deeps. Oh, there's a single deep down there that has a honey super on it, but we might look into doing something with that. So that is it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Not so great, but you know, that's part of beekeeping, is working through, consolidating. Think of your beehives as one biomass, not an individual hive. This hive by itself is not going to survive, but you can save these resources and get them somewhere else where they're not wasted and they're not ruined by pests. So that is it. Give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe on your way out, and we'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.